Sav, are you and Mom at home?
Huh? Alyssa? What are you bothering me for?
I just wanted to know if you and Mom were at home.
Yeah, we're both here. Why?
Oh, well, it's just, I've got my SAT results.
So?
Well, I just thought that maybe you'd both be interested in finding out what they were with me. It's a pretty big moment, after all, and it would be nice to celebrate with my family. I mean, it will only happen once in my life.
Who says you're going to be celebrating anything?
Huh? What do you mean?
Well, how do you know you've done any good on the tests? You could have bombed it completely and could be left with one of the worst scores possible. If that's happened, there's no way that any of the colleges you've applied for will take you in. You just continue to be the moronic loser that you've always been. Why would I want to look at a piece of paper confirming that when I know it's true anyway?
What the hell, Savannah? Why would you say something like that? Do you have any idea how nervous I am to check these scores? So for you to say something so horrible like that has just increased my nerves by like 100 times.
And I don't know why you're nervous. It's just going to be a really low score. You might as well just chuck the paper in the bin now and go and get a job in a fast food place or something. Make yourself useful to someone at least.
Why are you being so horrible right now?
I'm not being horrible. I've just got stuff to do and I don't have time to do you any favors by lying to you or pretending to be interested in your loser life. And to be quite honest, I don't really want to do that anyway.
God, you are such a witch. You've always been cruel and horrible to me, and I don't even know why. All I wanted was to have my family around me whilst I open one of the scariest pieces of paper I'll ever open in my life. This could literally determine how the rest of my life goes. Aren't you even the slightest bit curious?
Uh-huh. But what's all this got to do with me? If you want to see if you've got good scores, then you go ahead and do that. But I'm not bothered in the slightest. I don't want to stand around whilst you discover for yourself how much of a loser you are.
You know what? Fine. You be like that. I'll just ask Mom. She'll want to see my scores with me.
I wouldn't be so sure about that.
Huh? What do you mean by that?
Well, I doubt Mom will be that bothered either. It's a piece of paper. It's really not a big deal. Just open it yourself wherever you are. No one here cares.
You don't know that. I bet Mom will.
Whatever. I've tried to warn you, but if you insist on bugging Mom with this rubbish, then don't come crying to me when she tells you that she doesn't care either.
Whatever. I'll show you.
Uh-huh, sure. Now get lost. I'm busy and I don't need you distracting me anymore.
Hey, Mom. I've got some pretty exciting news.
Huh? Alyssa? What is it? What do you want?
Oh, I've got my SATs back.
Yes, and? What do they say?
I haven't opened them yet. I thought you might like to open them with me. I'm actually really nervous, so I'd appreciate having someone around to open them with me. That way, if they're not as good as I hope they are, then I'll have someone to commiserate with me. LOL.
Oh, I don't have time for that, Alyssa. Just open them up now and tell me what they say.
But
If you're not going to actually tell me the score, then don't bother me anymore. I'm incredibly busy working and I don't have time for your ridiculous little games. Got it? Some of us actually have jobs to do so that we don't end up homeless and on the streets.
Okay. I'll just let you know when I've read them.
Yes, fine.
Hey, Deck, have you got your SAT scores yet?
Hey, Alyssa, yeah, I've got them. I'm too scared to read them, though.
Me too, LOL. Do you want to open them together?
Yeah, sure, but I thought you wanted to open them with your family?
They don't care. And I don't want to open them alone.
Fair enough. Then I'll be over to where you are in 10 minutes and we can discover our fate together. Either way, success or fail, we can go and get bubble tea afterwards to either celebrate or commiserate.
That sounds good to me.
Awesome, I'll be there soon.
See you in a minute. Hey, Mom, Sav, I've got great news. My SAT scores are so much better than I had expected. I got 1,070. Isn't that amazing? That's even higher than Savannah got on hers. I'm so relieved. It also means that I'll be able to go to the college of my choosing. All of the ones that I've applied for wanted above a 1,020, so I literally can choose from any of them. Isn't that great?
Well, I mean, you didn't get that much higher than me. I got a 1,030, so that's only like 40 points difference. It's not that much.
Well, according to my paper, it places me as above average.
You're above average in weirdness and loserness, that's for sure.
Whatever, you're just jealous that I'm more intelligent than you.
Ha! As if I'd ever be jealous of you. Don't make me laugh.
Oh, I know you are. You just can't stand the fact that I'm more intelligent than you. I bet it's eating you up inside, lol. Anyway, what do you think, Mom? It's pretty good, isn't it?
Yes, I suppose.
Well, can we do something to celebrate? I mean, like, maybe we could order in a pizza or a Chinese or something?
Actually, I do have something to tell you. It's a sort of present, I suppose. I mean, maybe it depends on how you look at it, but it's definitely a present for me and Savannah here.
What is it?
Well, now that you finished high school and you're finally 18, I think it's about time you move out already.
Wait, what? What do you mean, move out?
It's pretty obvious, isn't it? Move out can literally only mean one thing. Get out of the house.
What? Seriously? Mom, you don't actually mean that, do you?
Yes, actually, I do.
But why? I'm your daughter. Why are you kicking me out so suddenly? I mean, I've only just turned 18. I've also not got a job, at least not one that will pay for a place to live. My part-time work literally only just covers gas and bills for my car, along with any food I want.
Well, you should have thought about that then, shouldn't you? And saved up whatever money you earned instead of using it to go out with your friends. That was very irresponsible of you.
When? I had no clue that you were planning on checking me out.
Well, you are 18 now. It only makes sense that you should go off on your own and make your own life now.
Savannah's 22 and you've not kicked her out.
Savannah is special. She needs to stay here with me because she's currently a little down on her luck. She needs a stable place to get a job from. Besides, she's my first daughter, so she's a little bit more special to me. You're, nothing amazing. Just a second child I never really planned on having. You are a complete accident,
Oh, wow. I always knew that you preferred Savannah over me, but for you to actually tell me that you basically wish that you'd never had me, and that I was an unwanted accident, that's a really horrible thing to do. I mean, whether you like it or not, you brought me into this world. I never asked to be born, so because you chose to have me, that made me your responsibility.
Yes, and I kept you alive like I had to.
Having a baby means that you have a duty of care to them. That means emotional care as well. As my mom, you should have provided me with the same love and care that you gave Savannah.
Look, I raised you and made sure you got to adulthood. That's enough. You're on your own now. I want you out of my house by the end of tomorrow.
That soon?
You should count yourself lucky. I wanted you gone as soon as you turned 18, but I let you stay to finish off your SATs. I'd say that was very kind of me.
Oh, how rude of me. Thank you so much for not chucking me out of the house until I finished high school. In case you didn't notice, that was sarcasm.
And this is exactly why I want you gone from my house. You're just too snobby and sarcastic.
What? How am I?
Well, you think that you're so good just because you got a high score on some stupid test. You're constantly trying to rub your intelligence in mine and Savannah's faces, and we've had enough. We don't care if you've got 1,070 or not. It doesn't mean anything. You're still going to end up a penniless loser who works in some minimum wage job and has a boring and pathetic life. I really don't want someone like that in my family, because it just means that you'll be begging me for money and favors and whatever. And I'm not willing to do anything like that for you. So it's better for me if you just leave now. Whatever you do with your life, then, is up to you.
You know, I always thought that you were a bit cold and indifferent towards me, but talking to you now has just shown me what a vile and cruel woman you actually are. In fact, maybe you're doing me a favor by kicking me out. I don't know where I'll go, but anywhere has to be better than a house with such a vile person in it. With the way you're going, you're also turning Savannah into a horrible person, too.
Huh? What do you mean?
I mean that. Instead of the nicer sister she used to be, she's turned into a cold-hearted witch like you. Sav and I used to have a really strong bond. We would play together and talk about anything and everything. She was my best friend. But over the years, you've poisoned her against me, and now she hates me just as much as you do. I don't know what you've said to her to turn her against me so badly, but I hope you're happy with yourself. She's a horrible person, and it's entirely your fault.
She's not horrible.
Yes, she is. Do you even know why she isn't working anymore? It's because she was fired from her last job for being rude, and for talking back to the customers, and generally just being a person no one wanted to be around.
Well, she's going to do something bigger with her life anyway. She doesn't need to be working in some low-paying minimum wage job. And all of those people were probably in the wrong.
You keep believing that if you want to, but we both know the truth. Anyway, I'm going to grab some of my things and I'll be gone by the evening. But once I'm gone, don't think that I'll be contacting you ever again. I want nothing to do with you after tonight.
Fine by me. I never wanted anything to do with you anyway.
Fine. Goodbye. Hey, Deck. Sorry to bother you, but could I crash at yours for the night?
Yeah, of course you can. But how come?
My mom has basically told me to pack my bags and get out of the house. So that's what I'm doing. I'll try and find somewhere to stay tomorrow, but she kind of sprung this on me at the last minute, so I couldn't sort anything out tonight.
Jeez, Liz. I always thought your mom was horrible.
Yeah, you and me both.
Well, you don't need to worry about rushing to find somewhere to stay. I'm sure my parents will be fine with you staying as long as you need to. Besides, we'll be going off to college soon, so we can stay in the dorms there.
Yeah, thank goodness I scored enough on my SATs to get that full ride scholarship.
You did awesome. I can't wait to go to college with you. It's gonna be amazing.
Haha, it'll be something alright. Anyway, I'll be over soon. I'm just grabbing some things from Kirsten's house.
Okay, no worries. Just head on in when you get here.
See you soon.
Alyssa? Is this your number?
Hi, Alyssa here. Who's this?
What do you mean, who's this? It's me, your mother. You know, the woman who gave birth to you?
Kirsten. Look, I don't know how you got this number or why you're messaging me, but I don't really care. I want nothing to do with you, so please stop messaging me right now.
Wait 1 second. I am your mother, so you will listen to what I have to say.
Actually, no. I don't have to listen to a thing you say. You kicked me out and basically disowned me, so I don't have to have anything to do with you.
Well, that was before you became a massive success.
Oh, I see that you've been following my career then?
Well, duh. When your daughter becomes a renowned singer, then of course I'm going to follow her career.
And let me guess. Now that I'm rich and famous, you want to be involved in my life again and have me give you loads of money?
Well, I mean, I did raise you. You owe me for that. It wasn't cheap bringing you up from a baby. It cost a lot of money for all those diapers and clothes and food and whatnot. Over the course of 18 years, I spent a lot of money on you. The least you could do is give me some of that money back.
Like I told you all those years ago, looking after me is your job as a mother. I don't owe you anything at all, and you won't be seeing a penny from me.
What? But as your mom, you need to support me.
Well, it looks like neither of us will get what we wanted from the other then. I wanted your love and care, and you weren't willing to give me that, so I'm not going to buy it from you. I've worked incredibly hard to get to the point where I am now, and I did it without your help. I even had to get 3 jobs just so I could afford rent. But I persevered and I managed to get noticed by a proper record company. I'm not about to let you waltz back into my life and ruin it all again. I'm sorry, Kirsten, but you are nothing but a stranger to me now.
That is so selfish of you. I deserve that money. I'm the one who brought you into this world.
That still doesn't entitle you to anything of mine. Besides, This is what you wanted. You never wanted me to begin with. So, by me removing myself from your life, you're getting what you wished for.
What I wish for is the money that you're making.
Well, tough. You're not getting it. Anyway, I'm done talking to you now. I'm blocking your number, and if you try to contact me again, I'll get a restraining order. You kicked me out of your life at 18, so I'm repaying the favor and kicking you out of my life now. I've done just fine on my own for the last 5 years, so I don't need you to come and darken my doorstep again. Goodbye, Kirsten.
Wait, you don't get to do this. I'm your mom. Only I can decide if I talk to you or not. Get back here, now.
Hey, Alyssa? Is this still your number?
Yeah, it's Alyssa here. Who's this? And if you say Kirsten again, I wasn't lying about getting that restraining order.
It's Savannah, your sister.
Oh. Hello.
Hi.
Well, this is the second time someone from my past has messaged me today. Are you also after my money?
What? No, I promise. It's just... Geez, this is awkward.
I'll say. I haven't spoken to you since I was kicked out of the house over 5 years ago.
Yeah. Look, about all of that, I'm really sorry.
Huh?
5 years ago, when I backed Mom up in kicking you out of the house, it was such a horrible thing to do. And even before then, I was such a horrible big sister to you. I made your life a living hell. And I know that it's going to take a lot more than a simple apology to make up for how I treated you, but it's a start that I'm willing to make.
Oh, thank you? But what's brought all of this on? I haven't heard from you in years, so why now?
Yeah, I'm sorry about that too. For the first year after you left, I didn't know what to do with myself. I was so angry with everyone and everything, and I took it all out on you. Then, with you gone, I was stuck with no job in a house with Mom, who was just as angry and rude as me. Then, one day, I met a really nice guy and hit it off with him. It was basically love at first sight. But after the first time we had an argument, he told me that he loved me, but if I didn't seriously reflect on my behavior, then there was no way that he could be with me. I said some really horrible and vile things. I didn't want to lose him. I loved him. So I did some proper reflection and realized that the way I had been acting for the last few years was not okay. Mom encouraged me to be rude and acted as if I was special, which made me think it was okay to behave so terribly to people. I see that it was wrong now. Michael has been so kind and understanding, and he's helping me become a much nicer person. He encouraged me to reach out to you, even though I was so embarrassed of how I treated you. He told me that even if you didn't want to try and rebuild our relationship again, I would always regret not trying. And after a few months, I realized he was right. So, what do you say? Want to try and mend this bridge?
Well, I'm happy that you found someone who you love and who you're willing to better yourself for. He sounds like he's been really good for you.
He really has.
But I won't lie, how you treated me really hurt. You were my best friend at one point, and then suddenly it was like you hated me.
I know, and I'm so sorry for that.
But that doesn't mean that I'm not willing to try mending our relationship.
Really?
Yeah. It's going to take a lot of work to build my trust back up in you, but I miss having my big sister to talk with and hang out with. If I'm able to, I'd like to have her back in my life.
I'd like that too.
How about we start by meeting up for a coffee? I know a nice place.
Yeah, it sounds good to me. And maybe you can tell me all about your newfound fame?
Haha, yeah, okay.
Thank you for giving me this second chance, Liz. You won't regret it.
Somehow, I don't think I will. After that, me and Savannah began working on our relationship. It was slow going at first, getting to know someone who I hadn't spoken to in 5 years, but soon enough, we were like sisters once again. It was nice to be able to talk to her properly again. I also learned that not long after meeting her husband, she left Kirsten's home and basically stopped all contact with her, after realizing that she was a toxic influence in her life. As for Kirsten, she tried a few more times to get in contact with me in order to get me to give her some money, but I ignored her every time. She wasn't repentant at all over how she treated me, and I knew that she didn't really want to reconnect with me, but simply my money. I also went through with a restraining order, so if she tries to contact me again, she'll be slapped with quite a big fine and possibly even jail time if she keeps harassing me. However, I'm just glad to have her out of my life. Even though she kicked me out when I was just 18 years old, I think it was possibly the best thing to happen to me, as it made me work incredibly hard to get to where I am now, and I couldn't be happier. So just remember, even though life can get difficult sometimes, if you work hard and believe in yourself, you can turn your situation around and make it work for you.